Hello everyone, it's me. Number 10. The origin of domestic sheep. Sheep are one of the most common livestock animals in the world today, raised for their wool, meat, milk, and leather. They are found everywhere from mountainous pastures to urban areas. In fact, if you live in an urban area, there's a good chance that there are sheep near you. But where did these common creatures come from? Of course, some sheep may live shorter or longer lives. For example, some sheep may only live for a few years due to health problems or predation, while other sheep may live for over 20 years with proper care and a healthy lifestyle. In general, sheep are relatively long-lived animals, especially when compared to other livestock such as pigs and chickens. On average, adult sheep need around 8 to 10 hours of sleep per night, though some may need slightly more or less. Younger sheep, such as lambs, need a bit more sleep, around 12 to 14 hours per night. The word flock is derived from the Old English word flock, which means a small mass or cluster. Interestingly, the word flock has a similar meaning when used to describe other animals, such as birds or goats. Their diet consists of grasses, forbs, shrubs, and trees, depending on what is available. Sheep are particularly fond of legumes, such as alfalfa and clover, as well as grains such as wheat and barley. They will also eat hay, which is dried grass or other plants that is often fed to them during the winter months, or when fresh vegetation is scarce. In addition to their regular diet, sheep may also consume rocks and soil, which helps them to break down plant matter in their stomachs. On average, domestic sheep can run up to 40 miles per hour, which is faster than most humans. They are able to reach these speeds thanks to their powerful legs and agile bodies. In addition, sheep are able to jump over obstacles that are up to 4 feet high and 6 feet long, making them excellent escape artists if they are not properly contained. However, it is worth noting that sheep typically don't run at these speeds, unless they are being chased by a predator or are otherwise in danger. When they feel threatened, they will use their natural instincts to flee to safety. In domestic situations, sheep are generally safe from predators and therefore do not need to run at top speed. While this behavior may seem odd, it is actually a normal and necessary part of their diet. Overall, sheep are relatively adaptable when it comes to their diet and can thrive on a variety of different plants. However, it's important to ensure that they have access to clean, fresh water at all times, as this is essential for their health and well-being. So if you see a large group of sheep grazing in a field, you could say that they are a large flock of sheep. In addition to the word flock, there are several other terms that are used to describe groups of sheep. This is especially useful for them when they are out to pasture, because they can remember where the best food is and avoid predators. In one study, researchers taught a group of sheep to recognize themselves in the mirror. This is a sign of self-awareness, and it shows that sheep have the ability to remember complex information. They also have excellent spatial memory, which allows them to navigate their environment efficiently and find their way back to familiar places. Researchers have also found that sheep are able to recognize individual human faces, which is impressive considering that they have limited eyesight. Overall, sheep are highly intelligent animals with an impressive memory capacity. They are capable of learning new things and remembering them for extended periods, which is essential for their survival in the wild and their well-being in domestic settings. For example, a group of female sheep is called a flock, while a group of male sheep is called a gang. Lambs, on the other hand, are referred to as a crop or a shearling. These terms may be used interchangeably, but ultimately, they all refer to a group of sheep. During sleep, sheep's brains slow down, allowing them to dream and process everything they experienced during the day. They also use sleep to conserve energy, which is important because sheep are prey animals and need to be alert for predators. To ensure your sheep get enough sleep, make sure they have a safe and comfortable place to rest. Providing shade, shelter, and a soft bed can help your sheep get the sleep they need to stay healthy and productive. With proper care, nutrition, and veterinary attention, many sheep can enjoy a long and happy life. Scientists have been able to determine that modern domestic sheep descended from the now extinct wild sheep called the mouflon. This animal lived during the Pleistocene epoch, which ended about 11,700 years ago. Rams typically have larger bodies and more muscular builds than ewes. Additionally, rams often have larger horns and a heavier fleece than ewes. Rams also tend to be more aggressive than ewes, and they will often compete with each other for dominance within a flock. Because of their size and strength, rams are sometimes used for breeding purposes, as they can easily mate with multiple ewes. Ewes, on the other hand, are typically more docile and gentle than rams. They are also responsible for producing offspring and providing milk for their lambs. Despite their differences, both male and female sheep are important members of the flock and play vital roles in the sheep industry. The mouflon was found in both Europe and Asia and is believed to be the ancestor of all domestic sheep. However, it's unclear exactly when and where sheep were domesticated. Some evidence suggests that it may have occurred as early as 11,000 years ago in Western Asia, while other evidence suggests that it may have occurred more recently in Europe. Regardless of the exact timeline, we know that humans have been herding and breeding sheep for thousands of years. And in that time, we've created many different breeds of sheep, each with their own unique look and characteristics. Number 9. Not just white. Sheep come in all colors, including black, brown, gray, beige, and white. Black sheep are relatively rare, but they do exist, and they're not necessarily bad omens. When they're not eating or sleeping, they like to play and roam around with their woolly buddies. But they can't do that if they're kept alone. That's why it's important to keep at least 2 sheep together. If you want to keep just one sheep, then you'll have to spend lots of time with them yourself, playing and grooming and giving them the attention they need. Otherwise, they may become bored and depressed. In fact, in some cultures, black sheep are seen as symbols of good luck or prosperity. So next time you see a black sheep, don't think of it as a bad omen. Instead, think of it as a rare and beautiful animal that's just different from the rest. Number 8. Social creatures. Sheep are social creatures who need to spend time with their friends. Number 7. The lifespan of sheep. The lifespan of sheep can vary depending on breed, environment, and overall health. However, on average, domestic sheep typically live between 6 to 12 years. Number 6. Male versus female sheep. Male sheep are known as rams, while female sheep are known as ewes. Number 5. How much sleep do they need? Like humans, sheep need plenty of sleep to stay healthy and happy. Number 4. What is a group of sheep called? A group of sheep is called a flock. This term is used to describe any number of sheep that are gathered together, whether they are domesticated or wild. Number 3. What do they eat? Sheep are herbivores, which means they only eat plants. Number 2. Their amazing memory. Sheep have an amazing memory, and they can remember things for up to 2 years. Number 1. How fast can they run? While sheep may seem like slow-moving and gentle creatures, they are actually capable of running at impressive speeds when necessary. Thanks for watching. See you soon.